Behind me, you'll see a handsome young German boy. Now if you squint, it looks like me, and I am German, but this is not me. This is Niels. Niels is a very special kid. Now Niels and I were talking because both of us are heading straight for the top of YouTube. So we talk amongst each other. The elite, we talk amongst each other. I see myself as an older brother for Niels. And as Niels' older brother, Niels is a wholesome ass kid. He's an awkward, shy kid. Actually, I don't even know if he's awkward or shy. Never mind, he's neither of those things. But Niels, what he is oblivious. And that's not to blame Niels. But I want to use his story to help somebody out there. We were talking about, women. I was telling him to avoid hookups and all that. I don't think he'd be interested in it anyway. But I was just telling him, it's not good. It's overrated. I wish I hadn't done that. I wish I had just gone for the love of my life. I think that's the better strategy. Especially for a top performer like Niels. Because this kid is so fucking disciplined and organized. Like, check out his YouTube channel. You'll see why I call him Mr. Beast. But Niels is very wise, intelligent, forward-thinking, handsome, and overall just a great kid. Niels, he said that women are the last on his priorities, but because he knows he's the shit, and I know he's the shit, and everyone just knows Niels is the shit, he knows that he's gonna be rich and successful, and he's forward-thinking, like I said, so he's thinking, do I wanna wait to find the love of my life until I'm already successful, when at that point I won't know if she's into me or if she's just into my possessions and my money. So Niels, he says, I wouldn't mind getting a girlfriend now. Obviously he's not desperate. He's got his own shit going, he's busy. But you wouldn't mind. At his age, I was just desperate. And I was also shy. So I mean Niels, he's much better off than I was at his age. So let's not pretend he's like not doing anything here. Here's the story of how Niels almost found love and how in the future you can avoid this mistake. Because nowadays, don't have a scarcity mindset, but nowadays it's hard to find love. So if you find someone, if you feel an actual connection and you make this mistake, then you might regret it. Here's the story of Niels. Here's how it begins. Now Niels, he's a great English speaker. I have been learning English so that I can earn the money and followers with YouTube. I understand that I will be the top of YouTube. So, fuck, I'm going French and German. I gotta work on this shit. Because accents are important. What am I talking about? So Niels, he's big on English. He likes English. He's great at speaking English. He's near native level, basically. So he went to London for a language program for a week or 2 weeks or something. And the idea is you just live in London and then you get to learn English. Pretty straightforward. So Niels, he met people there, but there's one lady he met in particular. Now, he brought this lady up to me. Now, clearly, this is a lady that's on Niels' mind. He showed me pictures. She's a great looking lady. And he was asking me, how do I tell? How do you know that she was into you? So at first, I wasn't sure if she was into Niels. But as Niels told me certain things, I was more and more dumbfounded that Niels at no point recognized that this lady had feelings for him. And he could have gone all the way. He's an innocent German boy. He would have been okay with a little peck on the lips. But he could have gotten some fucking tongue action is all I'm saying. And he would have went from a German boy to a German man that day. If that had happened. But that never happened. So he showed me, first of all, he told me stories about how she would tell him he's handsome. Okay, Niels, that should be that should set something off in here that makes you think this lady might be into me. But okay, he missed that one sign. Then she tells him that she's really into him and his growth and like how like just like business oriented he is. Okay, clearly that's two signs that this girl is into Niels. Then at the end of the trip she says, Niels, how do you feel about me? If that's not a dead fucking giveaway, I don't know what is, but whatever. You know, he's a German boy. He's just a lad. You know, he doesn't know these things. Then he shows me pictures. He shows me one picture and it's pretty clear she's into him. Like she's like leaning in towards him. This is one sign. Then she has very open body language, not to like the camera, but to like to Niels. That's like 5 signs. Then Niels sends me another picture. Yeah, because I sent him like, wow, you can tell she's into you by her body language. He's like, really? You can tell that she's into me by the body language? And I was like, yeah. And he sends me 2 more pictures. And I shit you not, bro, their lips are like fucking less than like 6 inches from each other. Their eyes are like 4 inches from each other. She's like on his neck. She's like right in his face. Like the pheromones are fucking, they're exchanging so many pheromones just by their proximity. And so there are so many things like, and also who's asking for these pictures? It's the girl. She wants to take these pictures. She wants an excuse to like, not just have a picture with Niels forever, but be close to him and like touch him and all that. And Niels is like, no, so I didn't think about this. I thought she was a friend. I was like, Niels, didn't you want to kiss her? And she's like, well, of course I wanted to kiss her, but I didn't think she was into me. And okay, so these are the lessons. Like, these things should be obvious, but if not, I'll make some more videos on body language. There's a lot of obvious shit. You want to look for open body language. You want to look for them giving all of their attention to you. You want to look at their face. They're looking at you. Eye contact is huge. Like their body position, their feet position, like their toes. Like not sexually, just like the direction their toes are pointed in. But like their closeness and touching and like getting in your personal bubble, these are dead giveaways. When a girl compliments you, that's also a dead giveaway. When a girl asks you how you feel about her, that's the biggest giveaway you can get. Because a girl, if she doesn't like you, she doesn't care. So we don't know where Niels, they still talk, they still video chat. I think she probably still has feelings for him because this was only 4 months ago. I told him to ramp up the flirting at least a little bit. I told him to flirt. I mean, he kind of already does it subconsciously, but he needs to be more flirt. He needs to be less of a serious shaman boy and more of a serious lover. Because this, I really think, this is some wholesome shit. This is what I wish I had as a 16-year-old German boy. I fell in love as a teenager in high school. That's a Niels title right there. 6 tips to fall in love as a German teenager in high school. Anyway, this has also gotten me like although so Niels' problem is he was completely oblivious. My problem in high school was I wasn't sure, and I'd be like, does she like me? I like her. Does she like me? And I would never do anything. Well, until I came across pickup artists, which it's a double-edged sword. Here's an upcoming video for me. The skills for short-term relationships are much, much different than the skills for long-term relationships. And I say fuck hookup culture. I never wanted to do it to begin with, but I always had trouble finding love, so I just resorted to hookups because it's easier. But I would say if you really got to get out of your system, go ahead, do it. But ideally, you find a lover that's also, it's their first time. And you can figure out love together for the first time. That's some beautiful, wholesome shit. Whereas me, I've been tainted and scarred by a bunch of whores. Well, that's a little rude. I mean, I am a whore myself, so don't take it personally. Alright, so then for my mistakes here, don't be oblivious. Also, confidence is huge. And don't worry, I know you're very excited by this legend right here. He'll be featured on my channel, don't you worry. Don't you worry. Goals right there. Being a little overweight, relaxing. This has been the top 5, top. This has been the top 7 tips on how to not to be oblivious. God damn it, it's so bad.